Well, if you must know, I don't have a man because I broke up with him and all the other men I've been with. I don't want to be with a broke man, okay?
I'm a gold digger. Of course I just married him for the money and I'm waiting for him to die in like 5 years to leave behind the life insurance policy.
Huh? What'd you say? I can't hear you.
Nothing, baby.
I can't hear you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Welcome to the channel. Men, if you are broke or not earning 6 figures, these women will not date you. You are not good enough. The worth of a man to these women is how much you make financially, and even if you are financially stable, that is not good enough. These women need expensive 5-star restaurant dinners, designer gifts, and expensive trips for a vacation. Literally, you are buying their love, affection, companionship. Are they any different from prostitutes? Let this video look into this. Please subscribe, like, and share this video.
The reason why we do not entertain broke men is because they shouldn't be focused on women if they're broke. That's number one. So you already know their priorities are backwards. If you're dealing with a man who's broke and he's chasing you and he's pursuing you and he's trying to bring down your standards in order to be easier to access you, he has bad priorities. When he should be focusing on getting his money, he's focusing on getting something else. And it's meaningless because you can't maintain or keep a woman if you have zero money. So therefore, their thinking is backwards, and a lot of their decision making is going to be backwards. You're not going to be able to trust them or depend on them ever, because they can't even get it together now and realize what's more important at this time. So therefore, you don't entertain them at all because there's nothing they can do for you. Zero. There's not one thing they can do for you but waste your time.
Never be in a relationship with a broke man because there's nothing he can do for you except waste your time. Imagine if you're entertaining a Dusty, there might be a provider man waiting to chase you, but he is causing a roadblock that you're allowing. I get that some women try to act nice and they're brainwashed by all the movies that they watch, so they give these broke dudes a chance to make their life a struggle. But what they're really doing is encouraging the bad behavior and making that guy even more incompetent as a man. Ladies, one thing we need to understand is that these type of men do not have their priorities straight. Why are they chasing after a woman when they should be chasing after a job? Unfortunately, some women are convinced wholeheartedly that these dudes are in love with them. But if he really loves you, he wouldn't invite you to his struggle life. No. Broke men do not love themselves. How can they love another woman? These men do not make great husbands because what else are they going to prioritize in marriage? Stop enabling, encouraging, and supporting this behavior because they're going to think it's okay to be like that and we're going to pay the price later on. You would be better off with another man who knows his responsibility and role as a man and as a husband. That broke Dusty will see you as a survival kit. Your life is not meant to be used for charity for lazy people. The men who are mad listening to this, you are only mad because you are the loser in this story. Do something about it instead of being angry. Take all the emotions and energy and refocus it into yourself. Put it where it matters, not over here though. And one more thing, don't let his excuses trick you into falling in love with potential. All the best.
Women have begun to make it clear that they see their own value reflected in the amount of money men are willing to spend on them. Men have begun seeing modern dating as a transaction with cash on one side and sexual favors on the other. These women consider themselves to be high-value women, but on the contrary, they are just prostitutes in disguise. To these women, a man is nothing more than an ATM machine. Feminism has made these women to look at men in terms of hypergamy. These women want men to invest financially in them just to get access to intimacy, but with no guarantee of long-term relationship or marriage from these women. Is that not prostitution? A regular coffee first date is demeaning to these women. They not only expect but demand a first date to be at an expensive restaurant, even though after that they may not give the man a second date. All they want is to have the satisfaction of an expensive meal that normally they would not even afford on their own. They don't want flowers anymore, but expect the man to pay for their nails, rent if not more. Again, I ask, is this not prostitution? It's a fact that when a woman will agree to sex after monetary exchange, whether direct or indirect, in the form of gifts, then this is prostitution, period. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
Gold digger is an insult that has been created by poor men to offend women who want money from a man.
Let's be honest now. That term wasn't created just by poor men. That term was used to apply to any woman who was only after a man for his money.
It is a woman's right to want money out of a relationship or out of a man.
Right, is it? Oh my goodness.
Just as much as men say it's their right to have sex with the woman they're with. Men ask women for sex, women can ask men for money, period.
There's a term asking for payment for, services rendered.
Value a man that can provide money for me. Why? Because I can make my own. So why would I be with a man who's broke that I need to mother and then step into my masculine energy to provide for a man?
It's really a sad state of affairs when so many people seem to just view relationships as transactional only.
I'm not going to settle for that and have the short end of the stick. Women at the core of their being are materialistic.
Are we now? Or is that just the voice of personal experience speaking?
That's because we slip into the mother role one day. That's because we're very selfless and we want materialistic things to nest, to provide a home for our offspring. That's why women value money.
Selfless, yet want materialistic things. The contradictions abound.
Money's just a resource, safety, reassurance, stability, and routine.
Ironically, all of those things can be found in a relationship without the benefit of large amounts of money.
That's something that a man needs to provide within a relationship with any type of woman.
Just my opinion, but listening to advice such as this is a surefire way to get involved in a relationship that isn't based on what is fundamentally important in a relationship. Trust, understanding, and caring.
Gold diggers, to be honest, are selfish, manipulative, entitled, and it's sad that men fall for these women who are no better than vermin. These women can barely make a cup of coffee for their man, let alone dinner. They are normally arrogant, lazy, and will sleep with every Chad and Tyrone behind your back, while you, the man, acts like a simp, always at their every beck and call. Their loyalty goes as far as how long you can financially support them, and even so, once a new man victim comes into the picture who can offer more financial reward to them, you, the man, will be left quicker than you can count 1 to 2. That is why, men, you need to act broke even if financially stable, so as to weed out these women out of your life. They definitely judge a book by its cover, so if they smell some money on you, trust me, they will throw themselves at you like fleas on a dog.
If you pretend to be rich for long enough, you'll end up going broke. However, if you pretend to be broke for long enough, you'll end up getting rich.
Only salesmen understand that this is absolutely so true. It's the people who pretend to be broke that truly have the most wealth 9 times out of 10. And on the flip side of things, it's the people that usually come in and act like they have all this money, and then we run their credit, and they usually have decent income. Don't get me wrong, but if you're making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, you're not that rich. I mean, you have good money, but when we run your credit and we see your credit cards maxed out and you have a 650 credit score, like, that's not true wealth. True wealth is when you have 10, 30, 40 million dollars in a bank account or an IRA or in a 401k. And those are the dudes with true wealth, and those are the dudes that always act the most humble and act like they have no money in the world. I had a guy come in, t-shirt, jeans, pulled up in like a old Nissan. Was a rather cranky fellow, but as I got to know him a little bit better, he started to lighten up a little bit, and we go do the credit app, and he finally started to be nice to me. And this dude says on the credit app, he goes, just put $1 million a month. And I was like, what the heck? And you would never know. And then I get people who come in Gucci suits and all this other crazy designer stuff, and you do a credit app with them and they make 10 grand a month. And like, don't get me wrong, live your life, spend the money you want to spend it, but this right here is absolutely true. It's the people that act broke that 9 times out of 10 have the most wealth.
Someone say something. This is for the ladies. So you guys call a man broke because he refused to send you money. Can you just listen to yourself? Can you just hear yourself? Because I believe that you're actually the wretched person here. Because if you had that money in your account, you wouldn't have texted a man to send you money. And he refused. What can you do about it? You can't do anything. So I will advise us ladies that we work hard on ourselves. That we work hard, be independent. So you wouldn't have to go to a man's DM and be asking for money that you didn't work for, that you didn't earn. He worked for it. He earned it himself, and he has refused to send you the money. So accept it and go work hard. Marriage don't say it. Bye.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, like, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But then they'll look at a guy who's like working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, that's broke boy energy. You know, that's hubby energy, actually. That's fucking husband material, actually. I feel like as women, we have such a like strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that like men are human beings who sometimes need a little bit of grace and understanding too. Thank you.
These women who proclaim they will not date broke men are irrational, controlling, and spiteful, always with a secret agenda in relationships. To them, intimacy is a strategic move to milk a man financially dry if possible. You spend on her and she rewards you with intimacy. Sounds like prostitution to me. Actually, being a prostitute is way better than to be like these gold-digging women. A prostitute is honest about what she offers and expects in return. These women who claim they cannot date broke guys yet give an illusion of love to make victims are much worse. Cause them pretend to want meaningful relationships, but will actually cause worse financial destruction to a man through fraud and deceit. These women are liars. Prostitutes are saints compared to them. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also like, share, and comment.